12th Science Chemistry Transition and Inner Transition Elements.
Hello students, in previous lecture we have studied detailed about the transition elements. Then today we are going to study about the new concept, that is metallurgy. All of you aware of that, what is metallurgy? Then see here, metallurgy means it is a extraction of metals from their ores. First of all, we will study detail about the basic things which is related with the metallurgy. Then all of you studied about the ores, minerals and metallurgy. But see here, at first we will study about the basic things related with that metallurgy, that is minerals. All of you studied that most of the metals found in the nature, in the earth crust, in the salt form or in their compound form. There are three types of metals, that is non-reactive metal, highly reactive metals and moderate reactive metals. Out of that, the non-reactive metal, which is less reactivity, they are found in the earth crust in free state. For example, Ag, Au and platinum. These are the non-reactive metals. These are the non-reactive metals which is found in the free state in the earth crust. Similarly, the moderate reactive metals or highly reactive metals, sodium, potassium, lithium, these are the highly reactive metals which is found in the earth crust in the form of their compounds, that is in the form of inorganic salts which is present in the deep in the earth crust, and these compounds are of sulfate form, that means salts of or compounds of metals which is found in the earth crust, mostly in the form of sulfates, or it is in the form of carbonates, oxides, sulfides and silicates and zincate, etc. Isn't it? Then the sulfate form, MgSO4.7H2O, that is the sulfate form of magnesium, which is the name of this ore is Epsom salt. That means magnesium found in the nature in the form of Epsom salt, which is in the form of sulfate form. Then carbonate form, that is MgCO3, magnesium carbonate, or calcium carbonate, CaCO3, calcium carbonate. These are the mineral salts found in the earth crust in the carbonate form. Then sulfide form, that is ZnS, which is known as zinc blende, PbS, that is galena, or HGS, which is known as cinnabar. These are the sulfide ores or sulfide mineral salts of the elements found in the nature. Similarly, they are found in the form of silicates, zincate as well as oxides. Oxide form, that is Fe2O3, which is known as hematite. It is a ore of iron. That Al2O3, that is the bauxite ore. It is a bauxite ore of aluminium. That means these are in the form of oxides. Mineral salts of the elements are also found in the form of silicates, that is sodium silicate, calcium silicate, CaSiO3, Na2SiO3. These are also found in the form of silicates and zincate also. Then these are the mineral salts of different elements found in the earth crust. See here, then out of these mineral salts we used for the extraction of these metals from their mineral salts, and that mineral salt from which we can extract the metal is called as ore. Then what is ore? Ore, it is a naturally occurring substances found in the earth crust which containing inorganic salt and from which we can extract the metal using different methods, that is reduction method or washing out gangue particles from it, or it may be electrolysis, and we can extract the metal from that mineral salt which is found in the earth crust, and it is obtained which is profitable and easily. That process should be takes place easy, and it may be profitable. Therefore that mineral which containing high percentage of metal and from which metal can be extracted economically as well as easily is called as ore. Then we will discussing about some ores which is found in the earth crust, that is of iron ore, copper ore, zinc ore, magnesium, aluminium ore. Of these all we have to discussing about that. Then question is asked on it, write the chemical formula of ore of the iron, write the chemical formula of ore of the copper, or write the chemical formula of zinc blend of zinc, write the chemical formula of dolomite or magnesite or gypsum. Then we will discuss about some ores found in the earth crust of few elements which is from transition series, that is iron, zinc, copper, etc. Then see here the first element, that is iron. We will discuss about the ores of or minerals found in the earth crust of iron. Then iron having ore, that is hematite. That hematite having molecular formula Fe2O3. Then one more ore of iron, that is magnetite. Magnetite which having formula Fe3O4. And similarly we can find the ore of or mineral of iron, that is limonite, and limonite having formula twice Fe2O3 dot thrice H2O. That is the chemical formula of limonite. Then siderite, that is siderite is one more mineral salt of iron found in the earth crust, that is FeCO3. And iron pyrite is one more ore found in the nature, that is iron pyrite, that is FeS2, are the different mineral salts of iron found in the earth crust. Out of that, hematite is a good mineral salt, that is it is a ore of iron from which we can extract the iron. Then we will discuss detail about the extraction of iron from hematite later. Then one more element, the ore of that we have to discuss here, that is copper. Then copper found in the form of carbonate as well as it is in the form of oxide, or it is found in the form of pyrite. First ore, that is chalcopyrite, having chemical formula CuFeS2. Chalcocite is one more ore, and these are the two ores from which we can extract the copper in by metallurgy process. Then copper is found in the form of oxide also, which is known as cuprite. Cuprite which having chemical formula, that is Cu2O, that is copper glance is one more mineral salt which is in the form of sulfide, that is copper glance. These are the mineral salts commonly found in the earth crust of copper. Then zinc. Zinc is the transition metal. The main ore of zinc is zinc blende. Zinc blende having chemical formula ZnS, as well as it is found in the form of carbonate and oxide, that is oxide form of zinc, that is known as zincite, having formula ZnO, and ZnCO3 is a carbonate ore or carbonate mineral salt of zinc which is known as calamine, isn't it? Then all of you studied the different ores of other elements also, that is of magnesium. Magnesium, that is MgSO4.7H2 is a chemical formula of gypsum. Dolomite is one of the ore of magnesium, that is MgCO3. And all of you aware of that bauxite is a ore of aluminium which having formula Al2O3 twice H2. That is the bauxite ore of aluminium. All of you studied about it in 10th standard, and extraction of aluminium from bauxite detail studied in the 10th standard. Like that, cryolite is a one more mineral salt of aluminium having formula Na3Al(F6). These are the different mineral salts of different elements found in the nature. Then we will discuss about the metallurgy process. Then what is metallurgy? See here, metallurgy is a commercial method of extraction of metals from their ores using different methods for their extraction, which is depend upon the nature of that metal as well as its ore. Depending upon nature of that metal, the properties of that metal and the properties of ore or nature of that metal and ore, we can use the different method for extraction of metals. Then metallurgy, it is a commercial process of extraction of metals from their ores using different types of methods for their extraction, which is depending upon the nature of ores as well as nature of their ores, isn't it? For example, all of you aware of that aluminium is extracted from bauxite. It is extracted from bauxite using electrolytic reduction method. That is, electrolysis of ore takes place, electrolytic reduction process. Similarly, we can extract iron from its ore, that is hematite ore. Hematite ore by using pyrometallurgy process. Pyrometallurgy process we will study detail in later. Then we can also use the hydrometallurgy process. Hydrometallurgy process for different elements, that is for Au or Ag. We can use the hydrometallurgy process using from their ores using a specific chemical reagent. Then these are the different metallurgical process used for the extraction of metal from their ores. Then we will study detail about the metallurgical process. Metallurgical process is of different types. Then there are different methods used in the metallurgy. That is first pyrometallurgy. Pyrometallurgy. See here, the name itself indicates the meaning of that process. That is pyro. Pyro means high temperature. high temperature. That means, see here, it is one of the method of extraction of metal from their ores using high temperature. That means ore is heated at high temperature and using reducing agents to reduce the ores, and reducing agents which is used here, coke. The carbon which is present in the coke is used as a good reducing agent, or aluminium or few metals are used as a reducing agent, or carbon monoxide, hydrogen are the reducing agent used in the pyrometallurgy process. And these process, pyrometallurgy process, in which smelting process takes place. Smelting process takes place in which high temperature is maintained in a specific type of furnace. There are different types of furnace, that is blast furnace, reverberatory furnace, or vertical retort furnace. Different type of furnace which is used for this pyrometallurgy process during the extraction of metal from their ore. Then see here, by pyrometallurgy we can extract the iron from hematite. Then second one, that is hydrometallurgy. Hydrometallurgy. See here, hydro means hydra, or hydra indicates aqueous solution. That means here it is one of the metal process of metallurgy in which metal is extracted from their ore using aqueous medium, using aqueous solution of their salts, using suitable reducing agent like carbon or hydrogen, etc. And here the suitable reagent which is used to dissolve the ore, that is for example NaCN. See here, NaCN, that is sodium cyanide, is used during the hydrometallurgy process of Au and Ag. For the extraction of Au and Ag, hydrometallurgy process is used in which chemical reagent which is used, that is sodium cyanide. Similarly, we can use dilute HCl or dilute H2SO4, or we can use also water for the process of hydrometallurgy. Then electrometallurgy. See here, electrometallurgy. In this process, metal is extracted from their ore using means electricity. That is here energy which is used, that is electricity. That means here electrolysis of the process, electrolysis of ore takes place using specific reducing agent. That is, all of you studied about that aluminium is extracted from bauxite using electrometallurgy. Then we will discussing on the steps involved in the process of metallurgy. Then first stage, that is concentration. Concentration, it is also known as benefaction, or it is also known as dressing. That means, what is concentration? Concentration, here ore get concentrated. Here concentration of ore takes place. That means all of us studied about it, that ore is found in the earth crust and which contains different gang particles present in it, that is unwanted material or impurities present in it, and that unwanted material, the impurities, the sand, the mud which is present in it is called as gang particles. All of you studied, that is in the 10th standard, about the removal of gang particles from ore as well as which type of gang particles present in the ores. Then here, for example, bauxite ore which having formula Al2O3 dot twice H2O, with it is a main ore of aluminium, and which contains, with which it is contains SiO2, that is silica, as well as Fe2O3 is there. That means the other oxides of elements with ore, with the main ore, is also called as gangue particles. That means here silica as well as Fe iron oxide is also known as gangue in bauxite ore during the extraction of aluminium from bauxite. Similarly, iron consists of different types of gangue particles, that is SiO2, as well as it contains phosphorus, arsenic, etc. These are the gangue particles present in the hematite. Then see here, we have to remove these gangue particles for the concentration of ore. Ore have to concentrate it by removing the gangue particles from it to for the extraction of the metal from its ore. Then for concentration of ore, there are different types of methods are used, that is hydraulic classifier, method, which is used for the ores which having lighter impurities and heavy ore. Ore is heavy, and if gangue particles are lighter, then hydraulic classifier is used, as well as gravity separation process is used for the concentration of ore. Then there are few methods. All of you studied these in 10th standard. In new syllabus, there are different methods of concentration of ores. All of you studied about it. That is froth flotation process. Froth flotation process, which is used for the concentration of zinc ore, that is zinc sulfide, or all sulfide ores. Mostly these are concentrated using froth flotation process, in which froth flotation tank is there, and using eucalyptus oil or xanthate oil, which is mixed with the aqueous solution of ore, then concentration of sulfide ores takes place by this method. Similarly, we can use the leaching process. That leaching process, concentration of ore using suitable reagent like sodium cyanide is used in the extraction of Au and Ag, as well as all of you studied that Bayer's process, which is used for the concentration of bauxite ore of aluminium. Then for concentration of iron ore, that is magnetic, if ore in which iron is present, then magnetic separation process is used. Magnetic separation process is used, and these are the different types of concentration of ores, and out of these, one of the method or two different methods are used, two or more methods are used for the concentration of ore, depending upon the nature of impurities present in it or the nature of ore. Then when gangue particles are removed from it during these processes, then the ore get concentrated. Then these ore is in second step is used for the extraction of metal from its concentrated ore. Here different methods are used. All of you aware of that. For this purpose, pyrometallurgy or hydrometallurgy, or it may be electrometallurgy. All of you studied about it. I have already mentioned the different processes which is used in this stage. Then third one, once the metal is obtained in second stage, then that metal which also contains impurities, and these impurities have to remove, and that's in next stage we have to purify these metals by removing the impurities from it. That is, refining of metal should be takes place. Refining of metals. That means here refining means purification of metals. That means the metal which is obtained during the metallurgical process, which containing also impurities like arsenic, sulfur or silicon, etc. Then these have to remove from it for the in the process of refining of metals. For this purpose, there are also different methods used for the refining of metals. For example, liquefaction method, electrolysis process or electrolytic reduction process, or zone refining method, or per phase method, or chromatography, or different types of distillation process. These are the different processes used for the refining of metal to remove the impurities like carbon, silicon, arsenic, etc. from it. Then once the metal get purified, then it is used for the different purposes. That is about the detail about the metallurgical process. I am going to discussing the detailed metallurgy process once again in a flow chart. See here, ore of any element or transition element which have to at first crushed, or it have to grinding and make it powder form, isn't it? Then these crushed powder of ore which is obtained from earth crust, it is should concentrated, and that for that concentration of ore different types of methods are used. That is magnetic separation method, gravity separation method, leaching process, or froth flotation method, which have to be selected depending upon the nature of ore as well as nature of metal. Then once the metal ore get concentrated, then that concentrated ore in the second stage it undergoes reduction, and for that reduction process, that is metallurgical process, there is different types of methods are used. That is pyrometallurgy, in which ore is heated at high temperature using coke or metal or any reducing agent, suitable reducing agent. Hydrometallurgy process, in which suitable reagent is used and extraction of metal from its ore takes place. In electrolytic reduction, electrolysis process is used of molten or fused or aqueous solution of ore. One of the method is used for the extraction of metal from their ore depending upon the nature of ore as well as nature of metal. Then see here, once the metal is extracted, that metal have to be refining, that means it should have to be purified. Then for the purification, that means refining of metal, we have to use different processes, that is liquefaction process, distillation process, or oxidation process, or electrolysis process. These all processes all studied in the 10th standard. Then we can get the pure metal which having different uses, and it is used in the different purpose. Thank you.